Everyone hits the wall. Not once, not twice. It keeps coming. The deadlines that crush your sleep, the investors who doubt you, the product that won't sell, the team that falls apart just when you need them most. You feel the weight, the grind, the endless fight. Maybe even anger, because you're busting your ass and the world doesn't care. Maybe frustration, because every step forward feels like 2 steps back. And here's the thing, most founders don't talk about this stuff. They pretend to be unbreakable, but that's a lie. Reality is brutal and it's relentless. So how do you survive? How do you come back when everything inside says quit? You don't just survive by being tough, you survive by being smart about resilience. Real resilience isn't some fluffy phrase, it's a sharp tool you have to build and wield every single day. First, stop thinking about resilience as just bouncing back after failure. That's weak. Real resilience is about bending before you break and twisting back stronger. You have to get comfortable with discomfort. You want resilience? Learn to live in the chaos without losing your mind. Schedule your days to include real stress, purposeful pressure that teaches your brain how to stay sharp when the shit hits the fan. This means pushing your limits in work, but also outside work. Run harder, read smarter, think bigger. Your brain needs to grow muscles for pressure. If you don't train for pain and uncertainty, you'll crumble when real trouble strikes. Second, get ruthless about your feedback loops. Screw the ego. You want resilience? Surround yourself with people who will call you out hard and fast. Not yes men, not cheerleaders. People who look at your plan and slash through the bullshit. Ask them daily, what am I missing? Where am I blind? These brutal truths are your survival fuel. The second you start sheltering yourself from harsh feedback, you start falling apart. Being right all the time is a killer habit. Getting punched in the face by facts is how founders survive, learn, and win. Third, build a system for your mind. Your emotions will try to sabotage you. Doubt, fear, rage. Don't bottle that up and don't let it blow up your day. Find a daily ritual that resets your mental state, whether it's a cold shower, a quick meditation, or just a solid 20 minutes of uninterrupted focus on what matters. Consistency here is king. When your mind becomes predictable in chaos, you own the chaos. Resilience isn't about ignoring emotions, it's about managing them like a pro. Fourth, forget the giant vision that's vague and distant. Break everything down into the next move. Resilience lives in small wins stacked relentlessly. When the world says you're not enough, prove it wrong one tiny step at a time. Celebrate the micro victories, closing a client, fixing a bug, nailing that pitch, because those moments are your life raft. Last, remember you don't have to go it alone. Founders fail hard because they isolate themselves. Real resilience is knowing when to lean into people with raw honesty, not polished PR. Find your few trusted allies and share the messy truth. Building a startup is a brutal test of your limits, but trying to do it solo is recipe for crash and burn. Connection is not weakness, it's a power move. Be brutal with who you let in, but ruthless in building that core circle. Resilience isn't something you stumble into. It's a non-stop fight, a daily grind, and a sharp edge you sharpen continuously. It demands living close to the fire, taking the hits, adapting fast, showing up every day with a plan to beat the last failure. Stop waiting for motivation. Drive yourself through stubborn habits. Embrace brutal honesty. Manage your mind with ruthless discipline. Push your limits outside of business. Break big problems into tiny, manageable wins. And build real damn connection. Do that, and the survival guide flips. You don't just survive, you rewrite the whole damn playbook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check the featured link to discover more.